Hi, this video is to explain the economic impact payment, more commonly referred to as the stimulus the payment. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain in general terms what the payment was about, and based on certain factual situation, to be able to determine how much the person should have received. So who's eligible for the payment? Um, and the information here is on the slide. A U.S. citizen, not a dependent of another taxpayer. What that serves to do is to eliminate perhaps uh, those in college that are claimed by their parent. It would eliminate them from getting the payment. Uh, Even possibly if a elder parent was erroneously claimed by an adult child, which often happens also. There are some income requirements and they are shown on the slide. Who's not eligible? Someone who does not have a social security number, non-resident alien, you filed a 1040 NR, or if the person has passed. They are not eligible, but there were some that passed, filed a tax return in 2018 and 2019. There was a check in the mail for them. How much was the payment? We all know it was $1,200 for eligible individuals, $2,400 for married couples to file a joint return, and $500 for each qualifying child. And individuals knew what the um, what the reduced payment range was because of adjusted gross income. Oh, how did the service determine who was going to receive it? So first, what they did is they looked to individuals who filed 2018 returns or 2019 returns. They received their checks early, as you remember. There were also then later on those that may not have had a filing requirement, such as retirees, individuals that are on Social Security, VA disability, SSI, who would not have one. Of course, they set up the non-filer website around June or July. And of course, that created some problems too, as you will readily see if you happen to be preparing a 2019 return. We'll cover that on the later slide. So this site here talks about the web page in case you wanted general information about the payment, the background, etc. Now, on this slide, will I need to provide information or reconcile the economic impact payment? Well, what we've learned is that at the time that the check was issued, there was a notice that came out that indicated the amount, but at the same time there was probably part of the letter that says they had to retain it for purposes of preparing their 2020 tax return. Well, more than likely, I would be surprised how many will actually have that letter. Um, the, the the individuals I've talked to humorously said they just got the check. They were not worried about anything else. Um, so that may create a challenge in terms of the rejected returns. Here again, a couple of some web pages that talks about the payment. I think this was the one that was there was information about how could the client identify what their payments was. Was there a web page that they could go to? Well, we did find one, but it pretty much only you had to provide your social security number, your date of birth, and address, I believe. But even then, the only information you got was um, when the payment was supposed to go out and the direct deposit. So it does not indicate how much was received. So how this will help out, who knows? The next couple of pages has to do with the FAQs and the hypotheticals. So in this hypothetical, it talks about, do I need to pay back all or some of the payment? If the based on the information, etc., I don't qualify. We've all heard that that there does not have to be a repayment if it's incorrect. From what I've seen of the software, it will appear as a prepayment credit similar to earned income credit. So it'll be on page 2 of the federal tax return. Now, what more than likely is going to happen will be similar to what happened back when we were doing 2008 returns. And President Obama at the time signed for a $400 rebate credit. So what probably will happen is that if the individual, we could assume that they got it, and then we don't have to put anything in the tax return on the tax return because that credit has been paid. We are still awaiting instructions from from TaxSlayer as to how that should be handled. See, in this example, well, I'm not going to go through these examples. We're going to post these out on our website, mctcfreetax.org, and it will be several links. This link will be posted for you to go back and the review the scenarios. So there's about 4 or 5 scenarios here. Here, by the way, is where they show what line that the recovery rebate will appear, assuming that the person did not receive the amount. So if they received the 1,200, we believe that that line could be blank. So we will see. This is one of the worksheets that probably is going to appear on the software. So that concludes the video, and it will be posted on the website. Thank you for your time.